Hello there, and welcome back. Well, I know it's been quite a while since the last video. Let me just say, the painting absolutely wiped me out, and while I was doing work, I could barely do more than a couple of hours before having to go back to bed for a bit, and that lasted, well, about 2 weeks actually. Anyway, I have been getting on with stuff, so what have I done? There is, I've finished the porthole trims inside. Well, my last can of expanding foam, which has been a faithful companion, well, not this one obviously, but the concept throughout the build process. And I've saved this because, as I mentioned in the previous video, now the portholes are hopefully there for at least a certain point. I can finish off the inside. So up until now, they've just had these rings on, but with the where the clips are, how these are, you've got interior clips to clip the portholes in. This doesn't fit in properly, and therefore you can't get the porthole surrounds in flush either. So what I've done is I'm going to use some foam to fill up this gap. However, I don't really want to permanently sort of foam weld these in, because this stuff is quite sticky and firm. So not sure how great it will work, but what I've done is I've put some tape all around the inside to try and stop it at least seeping into the gubbins of the porthole, and it should stop the majority of the foam going in there. I mean, it's not concrete, this, so if I do have to give it a whack to get it out, it should still come out. If hopefully I won't be doing that for quite a while, as I said. Anywho, so here we go. Et voila. And then I've put the porthole liners back in, which, as you can see, have been painted now, and I think don't look too shabby. I've painted the dinette. I've put the floor down. I've done the backstops, should I say? I've done the backsplashes, and finally, when my parents were visiting a few weeks ago, I've put the name Faraday on the side of the boat. Right, well, it's actually stopped raining for a few hours, so as you can see, we're out on the canal, and so one of the jobs to do is to get the name on there. So that is what I say. Parents are lurking in the background. It's definitely easier with multiple hands. Another reason to do this now. And now that's the other side done. And I have to say, I'm quite chuffed with those. They've come out looking good. And added to that, there's lots of other things that I can't remember I've done. But all in all, it's now Easter weekend, and it is not raining, which is an absolute amazing Easter miracle. Anyway, but more importantly, I am declaring that I have now finished the boat, finally. Yes, there are a couple of things to do. I've got to put the anti-slip on the gunnels, and I also need to, what else to do? Oh yeah, and I need to paint the interior of the hatches and the doors with some gloss paint. But both those things need a couple of days of uninterrupted warmth, and even more importantly, dryness. So, although today has turned out it could be okay, actually those will be done at some point. Anyway, as I said, more or less I'm finished. So, a year and 3/4 of quite a lot of slog, and here I am. I've been absolutely rubbish at filming, apart from those other clips that I've just inserted. However, what I thought I'd do is a bit of a walkthrough through the interior of the boat, so you can see what is what. Here we are in the sunshine, and I just thought I would do a full exterior shot As you can see, it's the following day. The sunshine is gone. Couldn't last. And we're back at the marina. Anyway, so let's have that walk through. So, somewhat different. Mr. Trim, as you can see, is here, and I have to say the whole place looks an awful lot better for his visit. So then, moving through and back, this is the dinette now complete, and I have to give extreme thanks to my mother. The cushions, which are absolutely lovely, they were made by some she knows in Huddersfield, called Couch Upholstery, were anyway absolutely great and really comfortable. And well, I'm not going to do it right now when they make the bed up. I haven't tried it, but they've slept on it and says that it's very comfortable indeed. And then the other big thanks is, as you can see, the floor is there, and I have to thank my good friend Chris. You've seen him in the past. He's popped up when we did the sea trials. This is the remains of his floor that he had left when he did his house, and I have to say it's really good. It was a bit of a bugger to put down, only because lots of cutting, and it was quite cold when I did it, so I had to keep using a heat gun just to get the thing a bit flexible. But I'm really thrilled how it's come out. What else has we got in there? Oh yes, I've made a number of these. Oh sorry, I made a number of these USB sockets. I drilled out a blanking plate and put a USB 24-volt USB in and a switch. So those are scattered around the boat. The cupboards, I guess, I don't think you've seen the cupboards all painted. So that is the cupboards all painted. The backsplashes are in, as I mentioned earlier. I need to get some screw covers for the screws, but they're so tiny I'm struggling to find them. Well, I haven't looked too hard, I must admit, but there we are. Oh, I put a switch in as well for the hob, because I was sick of it's with the touch control. Every time I cleaned it, it kept going, turning on and going to lock, which was getting a bit annoyed. The light switches are finally in place now. And the backsplashes, I painted. They're clear perspex, but I spray painted the back to make them white. But as you can see, I left a thin clear gap on the bottom, so the under gunnel lighting just in the kitchen area still works. I don't think there's much change in the bathroom other than everything is painted. And oh yes, Mr. Trim has also come and visited the panels that I'd put around the toilet. And then finally, again, and I don't think there is much of a change in here other than, everything's painted, the things are trimmed. The cupboards, I've given a couple of coats of varnish. What have we got? Treated myself to there's a handy mirror there. And the bed's not extended at the moment, but I've had it extended to the full length, and I have to say that I mean, for one person that is more than enough, and for two, when you extend it, it makes a nice generous full double bed, which is nice. And back we go the other way. One final shot with the door between the bathroom and the saloon or galley, whatever you want to call it, closed. And there we go. And I must say, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I'm very pleased how it has come out and how everything looks. So that's about it. So a year and 3/4-ish. It's difficult to measure because ever since I left Debdale back in October, I've been working quite hard, but there's also been days I haven't been on the boat or I've been moving. Anyway, so I thought, just for my own amusement, I thought I would do a quick montage of the previous, I think it's what, 77 episodes that I've done, a clip from each one. So here's the last year and 3/4 in very much compressed form. So that's about it wrapped up, and said I can't really think of much more to say. At the moment, I don't know what I'm going to do with my with the next steps. I've been working on this boat absolutely 24, not 24, but certainly 7 days a week for the last 3.25 years, and it's been my entire life. And however, that's not what particularly rich and well-rounded life. So I need to start thinking about things like employment, and because this has certainly drained the bank account, and living overseas, my social life, where I've got some dear friends, could do with a bit of a let's say a top up. So anyway, long story short, yes, I will going to probably put the paintbrushes and the tools down and work out what next. So this is going to be the final episode for the, well, I say foreseeable future, but probably the final episode unless something extremely untoward or unusual happens. like a unicyclist whizzing past. So, when I started this, I never thought that A, have done so many episodes, and B, that I would end up with so many people viewing it. I mean, it's not like I'm not in YouTube influencer levels. And by the way, although you have to watch adverts, I've never got any money for any of these, and which was never the point. Anyway, but they do take quite a lot of time to do, and as I said, I think I will at the moment concentrate on other things. So all I can say is thank you so much for watching. I know there are people that have followed me from the start, people have dipped in and out. Thank you for all your time, thank you for your comments, they were really appreciated, especially all the time I've been on my own. It was nice to feel like there were some other people out there, as it were. And so, wish you all the best, and maybe if you see me on the canal, if you see a Narrowboat Faraday, please do say hello, and if not, well, maybe paths will cross again at some other time. Thanks again so much for watching.